What's up, everyone? This is Chris, back again alongside my co-hosts, Ty and Crystal. This is the Pedal Dance Podcast, and it is really cold. Crystal, what are we doing today?
We are freezing to death today. Woo! No.
Yes.
So, what we're actually doing is we're going over the opposite of what we went over last week. Last time, we went over the top 10 cutest Pokemon. This time, we are going over the top 10 not cute Pokemon. I don't want to use that U word.
Top 10 ugliest.
UGLY. You ain't got no alibi.
You ugly. You ugly.
I couldn't resist.
And I can say that I am ugly, so I fit in perfectly.
Yeah, so am I.
It depends on my mood. But,
Fair point.
yeah, we have a Pokemon of the pod for this episode. One that we don't think is ugly, but I think we think it fits very well. I don't want to give away its typing. Its type combination is very unique. I mean, it's not the only one with it, but Chris, can you give us some description as to why this Pokemon was selected?
The origin of this Pokemon was based on an alien encounter. It was known as the Hopkinsville Goblin. It was in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and it was described as having shining eyes, small legs, clawed arms, and swaying hips. All of these features in this Pokemon. Does anybody know? Just go ahead and say it.
Yep, so Sableye is not really ugly in our books, but goblins are essentially known for being ugly, since Sableye is modeled after that. Sableye fits pretty well in this podcast. So there you have it.
But you know who does not fit in this podcast?
Wooper.
Say what?
Wooper doesn't fit in this podcast because it's so darn cute.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Wooper is adorable.
I'm surprised we all agree on that. All right.
Why wouldn't we?
So, okay, top 10 ugliest Pokemon. Does anybody have any honorable mentions? I actually do not.
I do.
I do as well.
All right, well, I'll just go sit over here then.
All right, Crystal, do you want to go first or should I?
I only have one. How many are on your honorable mentions list?
I just got one as well.
Okay, you can go first if you'd like.
Okay, so the Pokemon I selected for my runner-up was recently featured in a community day on Pokemon Go, but it's none other than Magmortar.
I like Magmortar.
I cannot argue with this opinion, honestly.
I'm arguing with it. It's better looking than Electivire. Which I like Electivire.
But yeah, that duck face, I swear that still gets me, especially after the trending of selfies and all that jazz. It just seemed like something that would fit that category due to the fact that I can no longer look at Magmortar without thinking of those duck face selfies.
Oh, you're lame for letting that get to you like that.
I cannot blame Ty, honestly.
I'm blaming Ty.
I get all the blame.
I don't know. Crystal might get some of the blame depending on what her honorable mention is.
Oh no, it will not be a shock at what my honorable mention is.
Oh?
So, this Pokemon was not ugly enough to make the top 10 ugly list, but I still freaking hate Durant, and I'm going to mention it honorably because it deserves to be.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Did you just like because this is a PG podcast.
Oh, no, I did not say any bad words.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. But I thought I heard one.
Oh, no. I try.
Okay.
But yeah, Durant is ugly, but not ugly enough to be top 10, and that hurts. It really should make my top 10, but it doesn't. So, honorable mention.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I guess on our top 10 list, I think we should essentially ping pong with our top 10. Like, one of us starts with our number 10, next person with their 10, next person with their 10, and then reverse order with with that person ending, starting with their number 9, and then reverse that order essentially, if that's all right with you all.
Sure, something to that degree, I suppose. But no, since Chris didn't have any honorable mentions, I'm thinking he should go first on his 10. Would you concur?
Oh, yeah, I would be down for Chris going first.
They
All
have
right.
it.
It's decided.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my number 10. My number 10 is Cupchew.
How dare you?
I love Cupchew. I'm sorry. The snot sickle is disgusting. It makes it ugly to me. I don't like it. It reminds me of the little kid from The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I do not like it. And it's not any better whenever it evolves and it becomes a flippin' snot beard. I don't like it. That's
I
disgusting.
never thought of Beartick as that. But you're making me really glad I never played Wind Waker.
Yeah, I have that same opinion about the Snot Kid in Wind Waker. Hate that kid so much, but yeah, I can't agree with the whole Cubchoo thing, but agree
Hey,
to disagree on that one.
yeah, everybody has their own opinion.
Well, yours is wrong.
So, who's next? By the way, my explanations for why I think they're ugly are just going to be very simple. So,
So I see. Anyway, though, since I went first on the runner-up, Crystal, I was thinking you could go next.
Sure. So my number 10 is a regional variant of a Pokemon that already exists. There was nothing wrong with the original design. In fact, one could argue that the original design was somewhat adorable, and then the Alolan form, it gave it an adult film rated mustache looking thing and just looks all greasy. Yeah, Alolan Rattata. I just think it's kind of ugly.
Well, I caught a shiny one in Pokemon Go, and I really wanted it to be male, and it was. And I named it Mario.
That's very fitting, actually.
I cannot look at a red, shiny Alolan Rattata and not think of Mario.
I
So,
do,
yeah.
I do not actually agree with this. I have no problem with Alolan Rattata. That's just me, though.
Yeah, or if anything, Raticate is worse than the Rattata. I don't even know why that's on your list, honestly.
Everybody
I
watching,
think
about all two people, be prepared for a lot of disagreements on this video.
I think the Alolan Raticate's chubby cheeks just really make up for the lack of appeal, personally. But,
Fair enough.
but
Fair enough.
yeah.
And
Anywho, that was my number
you got me
10.
wondering what your perspective is of Rattata if you think he belongs in something X-rated when I think he looks like Mario because, like, there is X-rated content of Mario, so now you've got me.
Let's not get into that.
I just really don't know where you're coming off with that. But anyway,
That's
so
an
yeah,
episode for
now
another
it's
day.
my now it's turn for my number 10. We got to give the adults some fun that are listening to this podcast. So, just saying.
Okay, I just said that was a topic for another day, but I don't know if I want to cover that topic. Let's just move on to your number 10, Ty.
Okay, yes. So mine is still fairly recent or what have you. He tends to have this pro wrestler look, and I am talking about none other than Incineroar. I know a lot of people do like Incineroar, but honestly, I was really disappointed about the fact that um, that Litton's line did not keep Litton on four legs. Part was still very upsetting to me, and I just don't think Incineroar looks all that great.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I am a wrestling fan. I was even training to be a wrestler, so. But I have to agree. I wish they would have kept it on all fours. I think that would have been much better. I don't really care for the design of Incineroar. I
Mm,
just not in my top 10. I agree, just not as much.
yeah. So,
And
what
I'm
about you?
just going to agree to disagree with that one.
Well, now we know a little bit about it. Anyway, um, yeah. So, all right. So you said something about reverse order. So, like, who goes next at the number 9?
Well, if you'd like, you can start with number 9, and then me, and then Chris.
Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't really sure about how this ping pong thing was going to work. Okay, so for my number 9, I have selected none other than Wheezing. Don't get me wrong, Galarian foam wheezing is perfectly fine. I actually like Galarian wheezing. As a matter of fact, Galarian wheezing is why I put wheezing so low on the list. But Kanto wheezing is just like seriously, like what's with that second head you're growing? Is that supposed to be like toxic radiation type of mutation or like I don't know. Like coughing had a lot better of a more appealing relationship with James and Team Rocket on the anime, but wheezing it just didn't quite have the same appeal. So
We are no,
especially whenever he started attacking James in the anime, so I had to put wheezing on this list.
we are no longer friends.
What?
Ouch.
How dare you?
I feel like I just offended people.
You did.
Well, you just offended a person. I am glad Wheezing is on your list. Hi.
Okay, well, I have no friends on this podcast anymore.
Hey, I did say that Galarian wheezing was still pretty reputable. This is the
I like
concept
the regular wheezing better than the Galarian wheezing.
because he's fancy and British.
No, I like the original wheezing better than the Galarian wheezing.
Oh, you grief. Oh gosh, look what I caused.
Yeah, see what you did. You ruin it. You ruin everything, Ty. What's wrong with you?
Well, I guess this is why I didn't get an invite to the last podcast.
Good thing too. Jeez.
I'm
I'm
sticking my
just.
tongue out at you.
I believe you.
Well, I guess to continue ripping on Chris's opinion, my number 9 is a Pokemon that's, in my opinion, not surprising. It's on my list at number 9, and it's going to be a slap in Chris's face, but it's
Ow.
going to be Garbodor.
Oh,
I know Chris likes Garbodor. I just think it looks trashy, right?
Surprise! It's a big pile of garbage.
Yeah, it's just overleaking everywhere. And one thing I really cannot stand is, I'm not sure if it got a hairdo going on, but It just makes me think of like when Miley Cyrus went through that wild child stage in her career, and she had her hair up in those like two buns, and that's what makes me like. I think of that Miley Cyrus when I look at Garbodor, and I don't like I don't like to have that image in my head.
You just offended Garbodor.
Oh boy, I have a comment, but I've got to save it. I got to save it because yeah, reasons. Anyway,
Oh, poor Garbodor.
what?
I said poor Garbodor. Being compared to Miley. If there was ever an insult.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Anyway, so I think that puts us at your number 9 now, Chris.
Yes. And my number 9, I have X-Bloud.
Okay.
Okay, it's supposed to be loud. What's with the design? I don't get it. It has the big horns on its head. Are those supposed to be like horns or something to where its screaming gets louder and echoes farther away?
No, I don't think those were horns per se. I always thought they were like tubes to like blow off some steam.
Whatever.
Because like, how are they gonna?
It's just not an appealing design. They could have done so much better.
I mean, I don't really disagree with that too awful much, but I don't know, just kind of made sense to me on some degree.
I mean, I can kind of see where Chris is actually coming with this. I mean, I don't have Xploud on my list, but I think its
Yeah.
design could have definitely been enhanced a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I definitely agree with that, but yeah, I'll respect your number 9.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same here for that matter. Like, I totally get where you're coming from. I mean, like, I do think the design could be better. It's just I never really thought negatively of it, let alone enough to make my list. So I think you might have a justified excuse there.
Thank you. So, number 8. Crystal, I believe you're going first on this one.
I thought you would be going first since we're ping ponging.
I went first on number 10.
Oh, okay. This order doesn't really make sense in my head, but if it does make sense to you, then that's all that matters. Okay. So my number 8, another Gen 5 Pokemon. I think this Pokemon is just so unattractive when I look at it. I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, it needs friendship to evolve into this stage because it's just so darn hideous. Swoobat. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's just this giant little, like, pig bat rodent looking thing, and it's just. I don't know, it just comes across as just so hideous to me.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, same here. They definitely could have made it better, I think.
And it's
But
definitely fitting that Jesse from Team Rocket ended up with a Swoobat. Just saying.
okay. So yeah. Um. Okay, I don't really know who's gonna go next, Chris, you or me. So,
That's up to you.
okay. Well, I guess we could do ladies first. All right. So
Go for it.
all right. So my number 8 is going to be Brooksish.
I knew somebody had to have Brooks's on my list.
Oh yeah, my same thoughts exactly. I was gonna be like, oh, who's gonna mention that one?
Well, honestly, I was thinking it was either going to be between that or a Mola Mola. Or, I can never say that name right, so that's part of the reason I decided not to include it in my list. But But Brooke says she definitely had to make that list. So, but
fair enough.
yeah, at least y'all think it's justified. It makes me feel better for having put it on my list. So,
I personally have no problem with it, but I understand if some people find it ugly. I can understand that.
I have the same opinion as Chris on that one. And the shiny, I think, is pretty good looking.
I do
For
like
yeah.
what color's the shiny again?
The pink turns to red, I believe, and I think there might be a few other color differences.
Okay. I guess that's a little better. Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, Chris, I believe we are now at number 8 with you.
we are. And my number 8 is a big disappointment. Crystal will agree with me.
Okay.
Oh,
Quagsire ruined Wooper.
agreed.
Quagsire.
You are sadly mistaken.
Hey, watch it.
I love
Quagsire.
Quagsire. I
Wooper
grew up
was
with the
so
toy
small
Quagsire.
and
Quagsire had one of my favorite
hold up,
episodes on
hold up.
VHS.
It's my turn to speak. Wooper was so small, adorable, and then it just had to evolve into something so derpy looking. It is so unappealing. I just don't like it.
Well, I'm going to invalidate your eligibility on this because I personally love Quagsire.
Okay, well, there's 2 against 1. So,
Well, here's where I stand. Of course, Wooper's cuter than Quagsire by a long shot, but to be
Disagree.
on the top 10 ugliest Pokemon, isn't that a little mean?
For
nope.
real.
Remember, this is my opinion. I don't like the design.
Well, I don't like the design of Popplio and its evolution, but I didn't put that on my list.
And that's your choice.
I really don't think
I
Quagsire.
love the design of Kanto Weezing, and look what you have on the list.
Well, I don't have anything from the Johto region on my list.
Oh, wow. Just because it's your favorite region doesn't mean there aren't any ugly Pokemon on it, Ty.
Because there isn't.
Yes, there is.
I think this is
There
starting to
isn't.
get a little too personal. So whose turn is it to go on number 7?
All right. So Chris went first on number 10, so I think he's next on number 7.
Yes, I am. And Ty, this is going to make you mad too. Zangoose.
What is
I'm
wrong with you?
going to you for liking Zangoose.
Zangoose has a shiny blue form that happens to look
Good
far
for
more
it.
adorable
I
than
just
the
don't
original.
like the design.
I
It
used
looks
to
too
be obsessed
plain.
with Zangoose.
It's just
We're gonna take your list and throw it in the trash with Garbodor. Is that okay?
as long as it's away from you.
You like
Anyway,
Garbodor more than me.
I do like Garbodor. Anyway, I just don't like Zangoose's design. It's way too boring.
Says you.
There, there's nothing special about it.
I beg to differ.
Well, you can differ all you want. My opinion.
Differ.
I did warn everybody there will be a lot of disagreements in this video.
And you weren't wrong.
Nope, I just don't like Zangoose. I've never liked it
But you're
ever since
wrong now.
Ruby and Sapphire.
Well,
Zangoose is superior. Everybody ignore that. Anyway.
yeah, I'll just agree to disagree on Zangoose. But would
Hey,
would you be
that's your
going
opinion.
next for your 7 tie?
Oh, I thought you were going next, but if you just want to switch orders, we can.
Uh, Chris, who should go next? I don't know.
I have Ty went second last time, so you go second this time.
Oh, okay. So I guess my number 7 Surprise, another Gen 5. Thank goodness this one can evolve, though, because once it evolves, it becomes cool looking. But until then, Shelmet is kind of bleh looking.
Um,
I like the helmet look.
But it almost looks like it's trying to kiss someone outside of the helmet with its little lips out there, and then its green line on the pink. I've never been a fan of the green and pink color combination personally. And
Fair enough.
and then like what's inside of the helmet? Is it just like a ball? Does it have little stubby legs? It just
Nobody knows.
I just don't like the appeal of Shelmet, what it's trying to put out, personally.
He's an infatuated knight in shining armor, is what I get out of it. But yeah, I can understand why you would have him on the top 10 ugly list. So, like you have a justifiable reason for that one, unlike some people.
My reasoning is my reasoning. You don't have to agree with it.
I know, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to take a stab at it every chance I get. Anyway,
That just shows how petty and butthurt you are.
anyway, since we more sophisticated people are talking.
Crystal's done talking. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have I have yet another Gen 5 Pokemon on my list as well.
Woo!
Okay, and it doesn't evolve because it's a final stage. And that Pokemon would be none other than Imbor. Okay, honestly, this one was a little difficult for me because, yeah, I know that the shiny for it is blue as well, but it's like, how can you like something when you can barely see its face? It looks more like a barrel with arms and legs.
And that's cool.
Only when
like
it's blue, maybe, but it's like,
Imbor is my favorite Gen 5 starter, fully evolved. So I do have some attachment to it. I'm not gonna lie, the design, but I still like Imbor regardless.
well, honestly, I love D-Watt, but Superior really won me over, and Samurot's not all that bad either. So compared to those two, Ambor just comes out looking like, seriously?
Okay,
But like, you can't
Samurot's
see
all
its
right.
face.
Samurot's all right. Superior, kill it with fire. Anyway,
Kill you with fire.
please do, so I can stop listening to your crappy list.
Well, I actually respect Ty's selection of Imbor. I mean, Imbor's not on my list, but I can see that.
I can understand design-wise, yes, which is what we're going with.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I can understand that. I respect your opinion, Ty.
For now.
For now.
Oh yeah, for now, yeah. Yeah,
All right, so
really.
number 6.
Let's see. That's a good question. Who is next?
I think it's your turn, Ty, to go first.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so next on my list is number 6, and it's a Hoenn Pokemon. It does kind of redeem itself with its shiny because I really like the fact that its shiny is purple. It's such a nice shade of purple. But somebody had to put it on their list, so I guess I'm that person. It is Feebas. Like, why are you going to train with such an ugly Pokemon just to get a Milotic? Like that's a lot of work just to get it to stop being ugly.
That's the whole point of the Pokemon. The fact that you have to work with it to get it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I really think it's one of those ugly duckling stories.
Yeah, this is one Pokemon that is meant to be ugly, so I guess we could say factually or as objectively as possible, Feebas kind of deserves to be on this list.
For real though, but I like the purple
mainstream to be put on the list. I feel like that'd be like the obvious choice to put on the list.
But I do like when it's purple.
Fair enough. And I do like
Yeah, the purple one makes it look like it belongs in SpongeBob or something.
It's SpongeBob.
Yeah, well, yeah, like it looks like a sponge.
I was thinking it kind of looks like cheese. A fish that you can just pull out of the water and just put on crackers and
Oh
eat.
yeah, like I really want to just
I'm
like.
sorry, but if I find cheese in the water, I'm not putting it on a cracker and eating it.
I gotta agree with Chris on that one. Just no, no.
No soggy cheese for me, thank you.
No, but yeah. So yeah. Okay, so now who wants to top that?
Crystal, you're me.
Well, I guess I can go proudly.
Ready?
My number 6 is the first repeat Pokemon of the list,
Oh.
and that is no other than Weezing, the regular Weezing.
In your face!
The first time I ever saw Weezing was in the anime, and I'm like, oh goodness, this thing, like, what happened? Was it just mutated wrong? Is it meant to look like something else, and it's looking like this because it's with Team Rocket? And no, no, like, it looks like it's a constant defect Pokemon, and it's just a little uncomfortable. I mean, I get why it looks like that. Like, that's intentional. I see the
Yeah.
message behind that design, but I can't deny regular Weezing is on the less appealing side of the spectrum, design wise.
Okay, I'll respect your decision, not you, Ty.
Hey,
At least Crystal explained it better.
could have sworn I pretty much said the same stuff.
You did not say you understand why it looks like that and everything. No, you just bashed its looks. See there? No, you were rude.
Oh, like you weren't rude about Quagsire and Zangoose?
I'm sorry. I don't see anything special in Zangoose, and Quagsire's just way too derpy.
I do. Sticking my tongue out at you again.
Well, how rude.
Well, without further ado, Chris.
Yeah, what nice little Pokemon are you gonna bash this time?
My number 6 is my only regional variant on this list.
Okay.
This Pokemon I actually really, really like. A lot of people give it crap, but I actually like it. But I can't deny it could have been so much better.
Huh?
Number 6 is Alolan Persian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally agree with that one. That one's justified.
The Garfield head is just not doing it for me.
That is far from what I call a Garfield head. At least Garfield's head is proportionate. That no, not even.
It still looks like the shit. It still looks like Garfield's head. Just let it go. It's already been through enough.
Yeah, I can see how the design could have definitely been a whole lot better. I think we all can respect this opinion.
That one too. Yeah. I just feel bad that it ain't on my list. It probably should have been. So.
Just know a couple of more of mine in the future will be highly controversial within the people in this podcast.
Oh, we already know your list is controversial. Anyway.
Well, it's even more controversial. At least one more pick will be. Anyway.
I disagree with 3 things on your list. But yeah, so right now I think it's Crystal's turn.
Yes, for number 5.
So number 5 is actually going to be a Gen 8 Pokemon. I actually am not 100% sure how to say its name because I haven't heard its name in the anime yet. I have not really heard people talk about it much because it's not really competitive-ish. It was competitive for a slim portion of time and then kind of fell off. No evolutionary line. Do you say its name like Eskew?
Ice-Cube.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, if the ice face remained in place throughout the entire design, then I would have no problem with it. But once that melts off, it's just like, ugh. Like, are you some kind of weird cartoon character from Doug Funny or something? Like, I just don't get it. I would prefer to have the ice cube back on its face permanently.
I can agree
Okay,
with
yeah,
that.
that one's justified.
Yeah,
That
as
one is
the person who loves penguins, that was highly disappointing. But what you said about Doug, I love Doug. That's a great show, but we're not going to get on that topic. Yeah, overall, I do agree with your pick.
yeah, same. You're not going to get an argument from me. Okay, so shall we do ladies first again, or do you want to go next, Chris? So I can give you a hard time.
You can go. Go and get it
Okay.
out of the way.
All right. Well, my number 5 is Trubish. Okay. I mean,
Trubbish! Trubbish is adorable!
okay. So yeah, I get that the face is cute, what have you, but the fact that it is literally leaking garbage and that tacky green color scheme just, I don't find that appealing.
Fair enough, fair enough.
So,
I can understand a lot of people's gripe about Garbodor and Trubbish being literal trash, but if you take away from that, don't think about the design and just look at it as a Pokemon. It's actually a really good Pokemon.
Yeah, but this podcast episode is strictly about design.
I know.
So,
I'm just saying overall, people only look at the design of Trubbish and Garbodor. I'm not just talking about this podcast episode. I'm just talking
well,
about
the
in general.
only reason the only reason that it's Trubish and not Grimer is because I actually like the fact that Grimer is purple. Purple is one of my top 3 favorite colors, and so like if it's purple, I can excuse it. But no, 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 that is the most ugly shade of green. Just no. So maybe its shiny looks better.
What about a Alolan Grimer?
I actually like a Alolan Grimer. That one's kind of cool. The yellow and the pink with that green. I mean, that's
And
not
that's Muck, not Grimer.
what.
That's Muck, not Grimer. Grimer's just green and yellow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. That Grimer probably should be on this list.
Fair enough. All
But
right,
the
so
fact that it evolves into Muck, though, I keep thinking of that Muck. So
fair enough. And
but yeah, of
so
course,
that's
I'm
it.
not going to argue with Trubish since I selected Garbodor earlier.
okay.
I respect your opinions, no matter how wrong they are. My number 5 is a Gen 5 Pokemon.
Just like mine was.
At least I think it's Gen 5.
Well, we'll tell you if you're wrong.
I honestly don't remember.
Well, we know when you're wrong, so just keep talking. We'll tell you.
Oh, ha ha ha. My number 5 is Druddigon.
Yep, that's 5.
Yeah, that's Gen 5.
I'm sorry. How did this Pokemon get created? It looks like a dragon with monkey arms. It looks like his tail's made out of weird looking Legos. I don't understand. It's why is its head completely different color than the rest of its body? It just looks like it was
Mm,
made by a 3-year-old. I don't like it. Or colored by a 3-year-old. I just don't like
well,
it. And its shiny
first,
is not any better.
the reason it didn't make my list is because I'm actually a huge dragon fan. But yeah, I do get that the design is pretty off. However,
The
its
design,
ability is rough skin, so I can understand the rigidness of its design, but um, it's a little too rigid as far as the eye. So
the design.
I would like to validate your opinion, but I just can't hate on Drudrigon enough to really do so.
We're just going on design. Nothing
For
else.
me, I don't really have a problem with the regular form, but the shiny form kind of looks gross to me.
Both of
Is it
them.
the shiny form green?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll hate on the shiny form. I'm sorry, but green is probably like one of the worst colors. Like, The whole time I was growing up, green instantly stopped being a favorite color.
Green is my favorite color. Green
Well,
is one of my favorite colors.
it used to be one of my favorite colors too, until people started comparing it to the snot coming out of your nose. The only
All right,
redeeming quality
we're
green
going.
has for me is Yoshi green. I
All
like.
right, we're going to number 4. Going to number 4, Ty.
Okay,
All
okay,
right,
okay.
who's going on this one?
I think you are.
All right, I'm about to get some hate for this.
Oh gosh.
My number 4, Crystal. I don't know your opinion. I think you might like this Pokemon. I'm not sure. Ty, I know you like this Pokemon.
You
I
purposely
know.
try to offend me.
No, I just hate this Pokemon. I hate the way it looks, and I have since Gen 3. Tropius is on my list. I hate the design.
Oh,
I hate the banana beard. I hate the freaking tropical, the palm tree leaves, wings. I don't like it. It's so ugly. Ugh. It should have, I just wish it never would have been made. I don't like it.
I have no strong opinion of that Pokemon, so yeah.
There's a lot of people who are big fans of it, and I do not like it. I do not understand those people.
I just like the banana beard and the fact it can fly. So like that's really the only thing I think Tropius has going for it is its cute little
It
banana
has
beard.
palm
The
tree
fact it can fly.
wings. It has palm tree wings that shouldn't fly. Ugh. I don't
But
like
it's
it.
not. I think that's
I don't,
cool. It weighs as much as an elephant. And why is it flying in the first place? I just think that's cool. It defies the laws of physics.
you defy the law of physics.
I'm not gonna argue with that comment, but
Okay, so Crystal, I think it's your turn for number 4.
yep, my number 4. The first stage was actually pretty adorable looking, and then it evolved, and I'm just thinking, ugh. I mean, it could have been worse. I mean, if it were worse, it would obviously be higher than number 4 on my list. But that will be Ambipom.
I
It
don't really
just
have an opinion of Ambi Bomb.
it just has weird looking hair, weird looking face, weird looking hand, arm, tail things, and it's just where's the adorable Apom that it used to be? But that's really just essentially it. I could just talk on, but at that point, I'll just be rambling.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you make a valid point. But I do like the fact that it's purple. At least it kept its purple color. That was a redeeming quality.
Oh yeah, not
Uh,
green.
yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. So, my number 4, I'm actually going to change it up because I had it on my list thinking it had to be on the list, but now I'm thinking maybe it shouldn't be on the list. So I'm just going to change my number 4 and yeah, I know y'all might hate me for what I originally put, but I am going to change it to a Mola Mola. But my original number 4 was actually going to be Magikarp. But I'm sorry, Magikarp ain't that bad. A Magikarp has those adorable little whiskers that I think make it look cute. So I'll
And
take
the fact
Magikarp off my list and put a Mola.
and the fact shiny Magikarp is gold.
I actually like red Magikarp better, but the gold Magikarp does look like one of those coin type things. I think that is kind of cool. So
And I I just hate Alamamola, period.
yeah,
Because I don't know. I just don't like it.
It's nothing special. I can definitely weigh in on that.
Definitely.
yeah. I mean, honestly, it's probably in the same category as Love Disc, but Love Disc is a little harder to hate because hey, at least it's shaped like something that actually exists. So there you go. All right, so let's see, whose turn is it now for number 3?
I think it's Crystal's.
I think so too. So number 3, one that I hope is a repeat at some point. When its first stage was introduced, I have no problem with it. It actually looked kind of cool. And then its evolutionary stage was introduced later on, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, why? Why? Um, I don't know. And also for the fact that it can be female also makes it a little bit more disturbing. Probopass.
Oh yeah.
It's so disappointing looking. That's all I can say.
I think you got a justifiable one there. I don't know why they gave Nose Pass a mustache. That wasn't necessary.
I got
All right.
nothing.
So we're doing ladies first for number 3.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, originally I had Pig Night written down, but I'm changing that. I'm changing it. My new number 3 is going to be Cinderace. Okay. Honestly, I love Score Bunny. Okay. I love Reboot. But then I saw Cinderace, and I'm just like, there is no way that could be Score Bunny's final evolution. And then I find out, oh wait, that's actually what they did. Like, why would
Yeah,
they make it look so tacky? I don't like the
well,
way it looks.
honestly, whenever it comes to all 3 of the evolutions for the starters in Gen 8, both Cinderace and Inteleon kind of got the shaft when it came to design, at least to me.
Yeah,
Rillaboom definitely has the best design out of the 3 starter final evolutions.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I totally agree with that. Yeah, because I
agreed.
chose Grookey. I chose Grookey for my starter because of Rillaboom.
But for me, I will agree to disagree. I wouldn't call Cinderace ugly, but I feel like when I saw Cinderace's design, I was like, okay, what does the final form look like? Oh, this is not the middle form?
Yeah, it's kind of the same way. It's like a Reboot looks better than that.
It does look unfinished.
Even Sobel's middle form, I think Sobel probably has the best middle form out of all 3, honestly, because Drizzle looks really cool.
Yeah, and Thwackey just looks like an elongated Grookey.
Yeah, pretty much. So like and Reboot's not that bad. Reboot looks like one of those emo kids.
Yeah, fair enough. Or the kid who started watching anime in middle school.
Yeah, either or. But yeah, I had to put Cinderace on that list because that face is just hideous to me.
All right, so it's on to my number 3.
Yep.
Yep.
My number 3 is my first repeat on the list.
Oh,
Yes. It was introduced in Gen 3, its first form,
okay.
and then it got an evolution the following gen.
Oh, I like where this is going.
Okay.
My number 3 pick has a metallic mustache that I do not like.
Oh,
It has a big nose, just like the pre-evolution, but it's bigger. It has more noses surrounding it.
we know what it
I
is.
I don't like Probopass. I don't like the design. They could have
Huh?
made something so cool with it, and they went with that.
Okay. Yeah, that one may have been rushed.
I don't know, because that had to have taken a long time to come up with something like that. It takes real talent to come up with something that awful.
Well, I mean, you make a good point. Like, it got its evolution the very next gen. I'm sorry, but that sounds rushed.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There are some Johto Pokemon that didn't get an evolution until Gen 4, and those came out better. So, like, I say rushed.
I
Uh,
wouldn't say rust. I would say they just didn't really care enough to give it a cool evolution.
well, regardless of if it was rushed or not, it was ugly. Okay, fair.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I believe that puts us back at number 2. Who's going first for number 2?
Utah.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. All right. So for mine, I decided to choose a Pokemon that looks a lot like somebody who has recently made media headlines everywhere because uh, they are a liar, they're guilty as sin, and they didn't get convicted of their crimes. And that Pokemon that resembles that person, which I'm not going to name names, is Gumshoes. I felt like that would be a good reason to put Gumshoes on this list, is because of how much it strongly resembles insert name here, and about how that probably wasn't the smartest idea to put as a Pokemon, despite having been the president at the current duration of the game's release.
And I just want to add something to this. The
Mhm.
worst thing about Gumshoes is its name.
Yeah, gum on your shoe, right?
Gumshoes, really?
Well, I mean, that's what we thought of them.
I know, but it's still disappointing.
I just thought it'd be fitting for this podcast. Hopefully, that's at least in some agreement.
Oh yeah, its design could have been a whole lot better. A whole lot better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, and it's funny how it's supposedly a predator versus prey thing with the Alolan Rattatas. I do think that's kind of ironic. But yeah. Anyway, so who's next? We doing ladies first again, or do you want to go next, Chris?
Crystal can go first.
Okay.
Okay, so my number 2 is always a Pokemon that I've had a personal problem with, design-wise. It's one that has a really great type combination. I've always, on paper, wanted to use it, but every time I see it, I'm just like, ugh, why should I even give it a chance? Why?
Okay, I
I
got it.
mean, it has ugly looking lips. It has knee leg things that look like the chest of other females. Medicham. Like, I cannot stand Medicham's design at all. Meditite was just fine, and then. Uh, I guess no more comments on that.
I never really saw anything wrong with that design, but now that you mention it, it could have been better. So, all right, Chris, do you want to go next?
I will say this: at least Mega Medicham was a little bit of a step up.
Oh yeah, that's agreed. A little bit of a step up.
Right. My number 2 is a Gen 7 Pokemon.
Okay.
It looks like somebody's uncle who still listens to 60s music as a dragon. I don't like Drampa.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I just can't help but picture somebody's uncle who's still in the Woodstock phase. Just it looks like a hippie dragon. I don't like it.
Actually, I kind of thought that Drampa looks like one of my uncles, but he's not a stoner. He's not a stoner, so he don't have those red eyes.
Fair enough, but still. I'm
I'll,
sorry.
res- I'll respect your opinion. I mean, I don't have that opinion of Drampa, but I can't passionately defend Drampa as a design.
Yeah, me neither. But I'm not gonna bash my dragons.
I don't like the design. It could have been so much better.
I like dragons.
Of course you do. There's only a very few dragons I like.
Same.
I like Flygon. Flygon's pretty nice.
That's my favorite dragon, actually.
That's my third. That's my third.
Well, see, at least we're in agreement there. And Dragonite's really cute too, I think.
Dragonite is
Anyway,
my second.
Well, not to derail, I guess we're all left with our number one picks.
Yes, yes, we are.
We're just killing time because it is the last one. So.
But okay, we are gonna have to do this because my toes are frozen and they are hurting.
Okay.
Well, just real quick before we dive into it,
Uh,
just want to say I'm shocked that none of us have said Mr. Mime or Jinx yet. I'm just putting that out there. Like, when I think of what people think is ugly, I always hear
right.
Mr. Mime and Jinx. So I just want to verbally put that out there before we say our number ones.
And not only those two, but Stunfisk as well.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Me personally, I don't have a problem with any of their designs.
Yeah, me neither. I don't get people's opinions sometimes. Anyway,
We're
so
better than Pokemon fans.
who is going first for the last?
Anybody want to play paper, rock, scissors to see who goes first?
How can we see?
That was the point.
I know. I guess I just felt like ruining the joke.
You always do. Anyway,
Isn't it Chris's turn to go first?
Let's see. Let's see. It might
10,
be.
7. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Before I say number one, my toes hurt. Okay, now number one. My number one was Evolution introduced in Gen 4. The Pokemon, the pre-evolution was introduced in Gen 1.
Uh-huh.
They made it gain so much weight. They gave it the Wi-Fi signal on its stomach.
Oh,
And they shortened its tongue. Licky licky. I hate the design. I don't like Licky licky at all. This is an abomination. I do not like it. One Pokemon to me that did not need an evolution is Lickitung. And they gave it something like this. No, unacceptable. I don't like it. No. Get it away from me.
yeah, I do think the design could have been better, but I don't necessarily hate it.
I despise it. As soon as I saw that,
Yeah, I can't say I despise it either, but I think it's a fair statement to say that I think Lickatung's design is better than Licky Licky's.
Yeah,
Just,
that is a
it's like,
fair
who
statement.
thought this was a good idea? Nobody thinks this is a good idea.
Waited 3 gens just for that evolution? Yeah, try again.
Unfortunately,
Anyway.
they didn't.
All right, Crystal, do you want to go next? Because I feel like I ought to let you because my number one is a repeat.
Oh, if your number one's a repeat, my number one's actually not a repeat, so I think we should hear the repeats.
Yeah,
If you
I
don't.
agree.
Okay. So my repeat for number one is, and Chris, I know you're gonna hate me for this, none other than a Garbodor.
Oh, what a surprise! Who would have ever seen that coming?
Well, I mean, they put a sailboat on him, and he still wasn't that great. So
I like the sailboat thing.
yeah, I know I like the sailboat too, but it's like that's like the only redeeming quality is his Gigantamax form.
I was going to say he's on a boat, but I can't. He's actually absorbing the boat. So
Yeah. Anyway,
that wouldn't have worked.
so Crystal, with that being said, I guess you'll finish us off.
Yep. So the number one on my list, not a repeat, it is a starter Pokemon. It is the middle stage of a Gen 6 Pokemon. The first stage and final stage are just fine. And then that middle stage just has that pointed nose that could kill anyone just based on looking at it. And a chubby little bouncy body, but not adorable chubby. And it has little pointed ears that make no sense. And then its face is just like, why? Quilladin.
Like Willadin!
I don't know why I was thinking of Braixen. I personally really don't like Braixen. But yeah, yeah, Quilladin's gonna get that hate from me too. Like, Chespin was okay. Quilladin was like, "What the have you done?" And then Chestnut was like, "This is supposed to be an improvement."
I
So
actually like
yeah,
Chestnut. I think Chestnut's design is an improvement over Quilladin.
Oh
well,
yeah,
for
tremendous.
Quilladin, yeah, but over Chespin, no, forget about it.
I actually like it over Chespin, and Chespin's my starter of choice in Gen 6.
And honestly, I didn't really hate on Finnegan until it started gaining so much popularity. And then when I found out what it evolved into, it's like, nope, I'm going to take the whole Finnegan line and throw it in the trash.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Popularity. Have you ever met Froakie?
Yes, I met Froakie. I love Froakie.
All right, then.
Frokie's a justifiable popular.
No, it's not.
Froakie actually earned its popularity, in my
And
opinion. I think that looks adorable.
and to be
Froakie.
fair, I
No.
think Froakie only got popular because of the hidden ability. I actually liked Froakie before it was popular, just saying.
Fair
Same.
enough. Radiant is a really good ability.
Yeah. And I thought that the Ash Greninja was also pretty cool as well, for that matter. So yeah, Froakie gets no hate from me.
Froakie
But
gets all the
Quilladin gets all the hate.
Yeah, Quilladin gets all the hate. Yeah,
Greninja gets all the hate and rage and malice.
You're outnumbered.
you really are,
So what'd
Mister.
you
I
say?
hate Cubchoo and Quagsire and Zangoose.
Wait a minute. Crystal, what did you say?
Oh, I just said you're outnumbered.
I don't. You're outmatched.
Oh, okay. So we all said our number ones. So common themes. Probopass, Wheezing, Garbodor, Gen 5 in general.
Yeah,
Gen 5 had some good designs. I will say that. I actually like the design of Excadrill.
yeah, I do too. And I personally love Akshu. Akshu is like one of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon.
I think Haxorus is really cool. I like Reuniclus as well. So there are some hidden gems, so to speak, in Gen 5.
Yeah, they really are.
I like the Sandile line tremendously in Sigilyph, but
Yeah.
we,
Yes.
we shouldn't feel the need to defend such an ugly gen.
Okay, the generation and the region itself, yes, garbage. Oh, no wonder Garbodor fits there. But anyway, even Game Freak knew it was garbage gen.
Yeah, it's almost telling of itself, isn't it?
Pretty much. I still like Garbodor, though. Somebody has to.
Anyway,
But yeah, do we have any other closing thoughts or comments
My
before
toes
I
are
close
cold!
this out?
My toes are cold. There's your closing statement.
okay. So, shall we do the closing, Crystal?
I guess we shall. Well, thank you all for tuning in to the Pedal Dance podcast with your co-hosts. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe,
A report?
um, report. I hope you're listening to this on any platform you choose. You can be in any location you choose. Heck, you can even be out naked on the streets listening to us. We
It's a
endorse
little
that
too cold
behavior wholeheartedly.
It's a little too
Um,
cold at the moment to do that.
Depends on where you live.
If you're here, then yes, it's a little too cold.
Well, I'm a
yeah,
little something more south of you.
but yeah, without further ado, tune in to us the next time and talk to you all later.
Later.
Till next time.